Hi. Oh, look. Words. Voices. Band. Stand. So here's how it goes. First of all, go ahead and clap. Get your bodies moving. Get your unigroove going. And here's what you're going to sing with us. 1, 2, 3. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Here's the hands. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Again. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Hands. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Feeling heart's desire. Rise up to your love. Soaring ever higher. Rise up to your joy. Flowing with the change. Rise up to your love. A dancing in the rain. Rise up to your joy. Here's the chorus. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Here we go. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Again. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Digging in so deep. Rise up to your love. Waking from your sleep. Rise up to your joy. Feeling your release. Rise up to your love. Coming home to peace. Rise up to your joy. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Last chance to sing. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. In celebration. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy.
And choreography, too. It's a show. Morning, everyone. Okay, I know you're awake. I saw you doing that. How's that? Morning, everyone. There we go. Good. We're so glad that each and every one of you is here with us today, and we know that each of us brings something special to the energy that we share and create together. So know that what you brought is a perfect addition to our energy today, and we're so glad that you're here with us. At Unity, we welcome folks of every lifestyle, creed, color, anything that got you here. Whatever your path was to get here, we're grateful that you took that path and that you're here with us today to share this moment. Today we share the daily word with thousands of people all around the world, and today's daily word is prosperity. When I'm in the divine flow of prosperity, I give and receive with ease and grace. Nothing causes me to withhold my gifts, whether they be financial, emotional, or simply helpful. As I feel led to give, I do so freely. I experience the joy of serving others with generosity. Equally important to the experience of prosperity is receiving generously. When somebody gives me a present, a smile, an offer for help, or a listening ear, I am fully present to receive the gift. I give the giver my full attention and express genuine gratitude for their thoughtfulness. I practice the prosperity principle of circulation. As I give, I receive, and as I receive, I give, and I am blessed. And from James we read, every generous act of giving, every perfect gift is from above. So I know that you guys get a little antsy because you get all excited because the announcements are like later in the service. So we decided that was distracting everyone, so we're going to do a couple of them now. That's not really the reasoning, but there is a couple right now. So, I'd like to invite our prayer chaplains up to the platform. Yay. So we just want to let you know, in case those of you that didn't know, we're not all here today, but recently the prayer chaplains completed their training for the year. And if you don't know, prayer chaplains go through a fairly rigorous training. We actually go through an entire weekend of training, followed by an interview process, and then that is followed by another shorter training. And I'm really pleased to let you know that all of our chaplains have re-upped and recommitted for this coming year. And I'd like to introduce you to those of them that are with us for this morning's service. We have Michael Pinozzo, Jill Brown, Eva Jackson, Diane Hagland, Jeff Neal, Sue Ellen Toby, Gabriela Rivero, and the ones that aren't with us right now are Jen Henry, Leslie Henry, Rosie Banks, Jerry Lang, did I miss anybody? And Tom Skinner. So that's the gang for the coming year. Oh, thank you. And me, yeah. We want to let you know also, Jill Brown and I have had the honor of being the coordinators for the group for the last year, and we are delighted and thrilled beyond measure that Eva Jackson and Gabriela Rivero are stepping into that position this year. So they will be leading the chaplains, and what that means is coordinating all the monthly meetings, because we have a meeting once a month with training and prayer work and all that good stuff, and also taking care of making sure that we're scheduled and doing the good stuff that we're supposed to be doing to serve the community. So thank you again, and we look forward to praying with y'all.
Can we give them a blessing?
Sure you
We're gonna
can.
do that the first thing. So we're going to say, chaplains, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you, okay? Put your hands up. Yeah. All right, so chaplains, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. And so it is.
Thank you. Good.
Sure, we...
And because we're doing this announcement thing a little early, we have a little, well, actually a big announcement. Do you need a hand on? Get ready to get footloose, guys.
I thought this was a party! Let's dance!
Morning, Unity. I'm Penelope Johnson. I'm your gala prom queen this year. I voted myself prom queen, and if you come to the gala, you too can vote yourself prom king or prom queen. So it's about time, I know, that someone recognize this. So I'm here to again invite you to the gala. It's going to be a fabulous party. I don't know that many other churches that play clips of Footloose and you dance in the aisles. I mean, that is really fantastic. So it's going to be a fabulous party. We're there to raise money for Unity. There's going to be a silent auction, a live auction, and some surprises. You get to party down with your fellow Unity congregants, and I also like to do a fundraising pitch. So I pretty much know this. We don't want to throw our money away. We don't want to dig a hole, put our money in it, and then cover it. We want to invest our money. And it's really great to invest in an organization or a company that you believe in, that's making your good in the world go even further. So I really ask, if you can't come to the prom for whatever reason, maybe you don't like parties, it's all right, please give a gift. Give a gift. It's tax deductible when it comes to tax time, and we would really appreciate it. Let's support Unity with all the good that it does for us and for others. So please come to the prom, and please give money. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Diane says October 24th at the Levy Center. So that's in a week and a half. You can buy tickets at the Wings of Prosperity. And online.
Yes, thank you, Penelope. Beautiful. All I'm saying is I didn't know that tiara. That's my tiara, okay? I didn't know it blinked. So there you go. That's what happens when you come to the prom. You start to blink. All right? So do come and play and party. I know this is a dancing group because I've danced with you guys. So come and play, and, it all is tax deductible and a good time. So, all right, so we're starting the service today by saying this is the first day of the rest of my life together. This is the first day of the rest of my life, and let's breathe in, Yay, we're just starting. We're just starting our life right here and today at the Center for Life, Love, and Laughter, your home on Thome, Unity in Chicago. So a number of things happened this week, as they do, but one of the really outstanding experiences was we had the 2014 Pet Blessing. And we had about 25 people and about 33 pets. Those people that really teach us who we are. So here's our group. Some of them had already, ran off. But most of them are here. And we really dedicated this day to Arlene Fury, who made a significant donation when she made her transition to the pet ministry, because she believes so much in how pets are here to heal us. So as I say to anybody that's dealing with challenges in their life, get a pet. Get a pet. If you can take care of a plant, you can take care of a pet. It's sort of the next thing. So we did that, and then we also bought a new Francis of Assisi statue that's in our garden in honor of Arlene Fury. So let's just give Arlene in the spirit of who she is. That's just beautiful. And we also had Carol Stiegel, who was a big part of it. She talked about her pet ministry. She'll come up later. Okay, great. So just a few things, because I know you all don't want to miss anything. First of all, the daily word was prosperity. And I've always been wondering how the universe works. Have y'all been wondering about that? All right, well, if you want to know how the universe works, it's all right here. It's called Prosperity Plus, and we're in a 10-week experience on Thursday nights, but we have 3 kits left. Some were unclaimed, that were ordered, and so this is 10 CDs, a workbook. You can have a self-study, be in the energy of what we're learning about how to be in the flow of life. And so if life feels stuck, if you feel like it's not working out, or if you'd like to give it to somebody, we just are really wanting, because we know about prosperity, old energy has to be moved along. So get a prosperity kit, and you can have it for the rest of your life. I listen to them all the time. Okie dokie. So I don't know about y'all, but when I think of 5 months of winter, I'm already getting a little nervous. So at the end of February, we're going to take a church trip to the tropics, to Costa Rica. And I went to Costa Rica a number of years ago, and the only problem I had was that it was too short. So we got to go back. And there's a fellow that used to live there, and he has a company called Spirit Tours. He takes people all over the world. They are in California, and their company is, the website is spirit-tour.com. His name is Jim Craven, and he and his son will come and talk to us at the end of October about the trip. So they'll be here on that Sunday. But if you put your name on the list at the Wings of Prosperity, Jim will contact you next week. And then we'll be off to the tropics, and then we don't have to get pasty and white and depressed and frustrated and mean to each other. It'll be a great thing. All right? And I know in the month of October, it's $100 off. So if you want to sign up, I think it's a $250 deposit and lots of information Jim will send you. So let's go to Costa Rica. Anyway, I'm going. Now, I may be going by myself. No, I won't be going by myself. But anyway, so it's going to happen. Okay, the next thing, I know you guys love last-minute experiences, all right? Because we've been talking about, who saw the movie, the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds? Who saw it, okay? Was that freaky, scary? I didn't sleep for 2 weeks after that movie. Well, you can take all that fear, all that energy, and now on Friday night you can have a lot of fun, because Hell in a Handbag Productions has come back with The Birds by popular demand, and David Serta is right over here, and you come here and tell me, I have a part in and this is like the really, can I say bitchy? The really bad, like know everything, holier than thou woman is my role in this Friday night play. 7:30, and tell us about it, David.
It's a parody of the movie. It's bird puppets, real live bird attacks. It's on the lake, so it's like you're in Bodega Bay, you're on location, and you're being attacked by birds with the Brenner family, with Tippi Hedren. It's Tippi Hedren approved, actually. We
And tell me
became
about
friends.
my character.
You are the bitchy church lady
Oh,
who gets her due.
I said, all right.
And so we wanted to present you with an honorary bird shirt.
Oh, I'm so glad, because I don't want to be holier than thou without a shirt. Mm-mm. All right. Oh, fun. Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you, David.
It benefits, every ticket benefits Unity, so it's a lot of fun. It's scary, too, but it's a lot of fun, and we have a really good time.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Let's give him a hand. That's right. So Friday night, 7:30, this Friday night, you get your tickets. I think we have 33 sold. There's 70 seats, and $10 of each ticket comes back to the church. So thank you, David, for doing that. Okie dokie. If you had heard that calling that you want to be part of the Board of Trustees of Unity in Chicago, if you feel like you've really got energy and have something to share and you want to be part of, really it's the business part of the church, and you've filled out an application, we have a box at the Wings of Prosperity, or you can email your application to j@unitychicago.org, because the 19th is the cutoff. And then we're going to have our annual meeting November the 2nd, and we're going to have one service. So we'll all get together, and you're going to meet those 9:30 people. They're really interesting. They get up early. It's like so weird. So, because I know, it's always weird for me to be up at 6 o'clock on Sunday. I'm like, what? But anyway, so as I say often, y'all are my people, but they're my people too. Y'all are just getting up earlier. I mean, they're getting up earlier. Okay, so that's going to be our board announcement, and I have a really dear friend here today, one of the first people I ever met in Kansas City. She is a vocalist extraordinaire. She's also a songwriter. She makes jewelry. She is creativity in action. She was very famous in Kansas City because she is the voice of Sprint. And she'll tell you about that in just a minute. But you have a Sprint phone, you're listening to Terry Wilder all day long. She also is a gong master, and we're going to have some gonging during our service today. But we're going to live a little on the wild side. Terry has blessed my life significantly, and now she's going to bless your lives. So let us welcome Terry Wilder.
You have one new message. And here it comes. I have a dream. I'm running don't know where I'm going, but the harder I run, the more I can see nothing has changed. I held on tight to my fear, and I screamed so someone would hear, but echoing back from deep in my lack was only more of the same. And something told me to stop, look around, and listen to the silent sound, to the breath of my soul telling me I will lead you home. I met a woman, she loved a man who just couldn't see her. And she said, if I can shake him, I can make him love me. So she begged and she pleaded till he saw all that he needed. He just couldn't share her life of despair and misery. She needed to stop, look around, and listen to the silent sound, to the breath of her soul telling her, I will lead you home. Yeah. Peter Polzak. I found a flower, it never knew it couldn't be beautiful. From seedling to bloom, it always held room to grow. So lovely, so wise, then I came to realize it grew just for me, simply to be all I needed to know. It told me to stop, look around, and listen to the silent sound, to the breath of my soul telling me I will lead you home. We all need to stop, look around, and listen to the silent sound, to the breath of our souls, 'cause it's telling you I will lead you home. It's the breath of your soul telling you I will lead you home.
you, Terry. I feel wilder. So, oh my gosh. You know, I have the Let's Get Naked, Revealing Your Authentic Self radio show, and Terry is Terry Wilder. So we call ourselves Naked and Wilder. You know, but it gets people's attention, doesn't it? Yes, and they don't really know what we're talking about. We're talking about going inside. I don't know what y'all were thinking. Yeah. So let me tell you more about Terry. Terry's going to have a concert this afternoon at 2:30. She calls it Songs and Gongs because the gong will be involved. Her gong named Om. And so we'll be experiencing Om later in our service today. We also have a chicken dinner, so don't go anywhere. We have food. And so at 1 o'clock, I won't be greeting because I'm going to run downstairs and I'm going to walk because I don't rush anymore. I'm in rush recovery. Yes. So I'll be slowly walking very meditatively downstairs, and then we'll have a prayer to bless our food, and then we'll eat. Okay, so if you're looking for me, I am doing my meditative walking. That's right. All right. So here we are because we are coming together to really practice the feeling of being enough. Because when we know we're enough, everything works. So I want you guys just to tell that to one another. So let's all stand and say, I'm glad you're here. You are enough. All right? Let's rise and do that. Be over there. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. You are enough. Now everybody knows. Y'all should meet.
And I didn't get.
So I'm glad you were willing to remember who you are. All right, so now we can say, I am full of myself. Full of myself. Very good. All right. It's good to be full of you because if you aren't feeling enough in you, you may try to pick up some vibes from somebody else or, oh my gosh, I don't have enough. And the experience of not knowing you're enough will ruin your relationships, will ruin your health, will ruin your opportunity to love your life and love your creative passion and purpose on the planet. So that's why we come together to talk about enough. Does that sound important? Yes, right. Okay, so we are journeying through this book called A Life of Being, Having, and Doing Enough. And I strongly suggest that you purchase this book and travel with this book with us because there's so much, as I will just share a little bit of this next chapter today, that it forces you to, as Terry was singing, stop, look around, and be present with yourself. This isn't one of the books I kind of like to go through. Oh, yeah, get that. Nope, doesn't work like that in this book. It forces you to stop and recognize that you're breathing, that you're alive, that you are love in action. And often that's the place we forget. So last week, I invited each of you to go to bed at night saying, what a great day, it was enough. What a great day, it was enough. Did anybody practice that? I always hate that when people ask you to raise your hand. I did, and then your friend goes, no, you didn't. Yeah, so the idea is that we really practice laying down at the end of the day saying, it was a good day, this is enough. Because if we don't start practicing the enough in each moment, we end up, what do we say? If we don't identify with enough in anything, we are in desperate pursuit of everything. If we don't find and identify with enough in anything, we're in desperate pursuit of everything. Can you guys relate to this? This feeling of, I've got to have a degree. I've got to have this amount of money. I've got to have this partner. I've got to get this organ fixed. I've got to get, whatever we're saying, something's wrong with my body and it's got to get fixed right this minute or it's not going to work. That causes not only anxiety, you miss your moment. You miss what's happening right in front of you. And my gosh, have I had the opportunity to practice that, stepping into a wonderful career move here, being with you guys, a journey on my spiritual path. And because I don't know about you all, but I kind of thought that life was being everything to everybody. Pleasing everybody all the time, making sure everybody liked me. Oh my gosh, talk about exhausting. And I was doing okay with this dysfunctional pattern of mine until I came here, right? Because now there's like way more of you than there is me. And I find myself finding myself feeling like not only am I not doing enough, I feel sort of guilty. And so I want to make a blanket apology that I have not called you back right when you needed me to. I really do apologize. And if I hadn't emailed you back right when you needed me to, if I didn't make that meeting that we had, I apologize. And because what I want to do is learn how to communicate from this sense of being enough. And I'm still working on it. I am a real work in progress. And I think we all are. And that's how we really live this life. Unity gives us a way of life. I know religions, maybe you grew up in some of those. It had a lot of rules. And if you followed the rules, then you were good. But if you didn't, then something else was going on, right? You weren't good. You were bad. And so what we really have come to understand is that didn't work so well for me. I don't think it worked very well for anybody. We have God sort of set up like a dysfunctional parent, right? Not so good. So what we do here in Unity is we invite you to know that this is your awakening that's happening to you. And so it's profound. It's also difficult because I really have to look at all the ways that I am sabotaging my own life. You sure? Because I thought it was my parents that messed me up. You sure? I thought it was that boss. I thought it was that girlfriend of mine that's not calling me back. I am sure she's the reason for my problem. Rather than what am I feeling about that? What am I experiencing? So we're going to talk about enough today, the second chapter, and it's called Finding Enough in the Next Right Thing. Because whether we know it or not, life is a process of choices. It's a process of decisions. And often we don't feel good about making decisions because we, number one, make them too quickly. And number two, we feel like we're missing out on lots of other things we could have selected. I find that this is such an important time to have this conversation because I've been in the wedding business for years. I moved to Maui. I had a wedding business. Some people have to do these things, I always say. But it was great, but I've married lots and lots of people. And when my parents were married, they were from a town. They had a blind date and friends set them up. A lot of people met in their town because people didn't travel like we do today. And then here comes the internet, and I'd say 70% of the people that I counsel and marry today met on the internet. So if you've met somebody on the internet, think of all the hundreds of people you haven't met, the millions of people you haven't met. I know there was a guy I knew that met 200 women on, I guess it was Match.com, and he finally married one that he met through some friends at like a spiritual gathering. But I was always like, how do you do this? Like keeping up with names. Just basic stuff. How do you do this? And and he had fun with it. But we can imagine how overwhelming making choices feels for us today. There's people that you meet that are living in another country, and then people move there, and then they move to another country still and have children, and sometimes you can feel not enough just because you don't speak 3 languages. Or you don't, have 10 things on your to-do list today. Or you don't have like 30,000 friends on Facebook or something. There's always this setup to not be enough. So when we're going to ask ourselves, what is the next right thing? The question would be, what is the next right thing for me? Okay, what's the next right thing for me? And let's do the affirmation that you have on your chair. You may be sitting on it, but you can not be sitting on it. Let's see here. I'm going to grab one right down here. Okay, so everybody have it? We can say it together. I'll say it once, and then we can say it together. When I know I'm enough, my right choice is clear. Okay? So here we go. When I know I'm enough, my right choice is clear. And let's just breathe in. Because like everything on the spiritual path, it sounds really simple. And it was simple when you were just a kid running around. Do you like, how many people, let's just yell out your favorite color, okay? 1, 2, 3, your favorite color. 1, 2, 3. Blue, right? Okay, was that hard? No. Because see, you knew that. It wasn't like, let's see, let me think about this. It was nice. And you may choose that color when you go to pick something out. But when we're thinking about our next right choice, there's so much that goes into, so many filters of I don't deserve to have what I want, that we don't know our next right choice. So what Wayne tells us is that when you make a choice, it's the relationship of who you are meeting what's happening in the world. So let's look at that just real quick. Well, let's see, right before that, Juan, sorry, there's the question of who you are meets what is in the world. Let's see, we'll be back to that one in a second. And so the idea here is that often we're making choices, we don't know who we are, and we don't really get what's really going on in the world. We're making choices based on, guilt, which is certainly not who you are, shame, fear, rush, rather than the place that is truly me, and what's really going on in the world. What's going on with the people around me? See what he has to say here. He says that, so this is our lives. The only choice we make, what is the next right thing to do, responds to a similarly vital inner gravity. Vital inner gravity. An invisible thread that shapes our lives as our life meets the world. Every single choice we make, no matter how small, is the ground where who we are meets what is in the world. And the fruits of that essential relationship, the intimate, fertile conversation between our own heart's wisdom and the way the world has emerged before us, becomes a lifelong practice of deep and sacred listening for the next right thing we are required to do. So did you think about that the last time you were making a decision? What is this sacred relationship I have with myself and with the world? I know yesterday I had the pet blessing, and then I wanted to get my talk done, and Nori and Katie wanted to have dinner with me, and I just felt that sense of, I wanted to do 20 things, and I can only do one thing. Have y'all ever tried to do 20 things? I have. All right, so I had to ask them when I was on the phone with Nori, I said, you know what? Let me call you back in 5 minutes, because right now I just feel so muddled I can't even give you an answer. And I had to go into that sacred conversation with my own heart, because the world had a lot of things it wanted me to do, and I had to say what was right for me. And there was a massage on the table that I could have taken, and so I said no to dinner and yes to a massage. Yay me! Right? Yeah? But that was hard, because there was a part of me that's like, oh, I don't want to let them down, and and so this is so important, friends, because the minute that I made that decision, I had to stop and listen, and then that decision immediately made me feel like, oh my gosh, I am being my best friend. I am enough, and I get to make a choice that, and were they upset? No, they were happy. And this is how we get to make and choose the next right thing. So let me give you the this 3-part bit that we'll be with today when we talk about a life of choice and making healthy decisions. The first one is the how or why of every decision you make. The second part is that enough is a verb. It's a way of life. And secondly, practicing the next right thing. And we're going to talk about beginner's mind. So life is a choice. Wayne talks about how or why. And it is the first time I ever heard this, and I really like it. So the question is, in your decisions, how is how you do life. It's sort of the efficiency of life. I get up, I get dressed, I do this, my job starts this time, I get in my car, I go, I do, I this and that. It's like just the tick-tock part of life. But the why is the reason, the love, the connection of what turns you on in life. What's the passion? He talks about a family that it was a rainy day all week, and the parents had decided that the kids should go out and play this particular day that was nice. We're going to go to the park. So they announced to everybody, we're going to the park. And the kids were excited, but then they said, one of them said, I'd rather stay home and read a book. And the other one said, I'd rather have a girlfriend over. And so the parents get all upset because they're like, we were going to the park. That was our plan. And so you see their how was getting in the way of their why. Because what do they really want to do? They want to spend time with their kids. They want to honor their kids. They want to let their kids do what their kids want to do. And so our problem with the next right thing is we're so attached to a specific outcome, we miss the moment. Can you all relate? And so the idea of really being in the why is the most important thing that life's about. You all seemed to get up this morning. You all got dressed. And you all chose what you were going to wear and all these things. But the bottom line is, the question is, why did you come to church? Some people come for the music. Some people come for the message. Some people come because they love the atmosphere. Some people love their friends. Some people... okay, great, thank you. I seem to, that happened the first service too. This is my section. Anyway, but thank you. But it's just, but it doesn't really matter. The point is it matters to you why you come. Some people come for the announcements. You never know. You never know. No, you don't. I know when I worked at a really large church in Kansas City, I didn't speak on Sundays very often. Well, once a month I did. And so Duke Tufty, who's been a minister since the beginning of time, I hope he doesn't see this broadcast. Anyway, very sweet. But as people would come pouring in the church, he'd elbow me and I'd say, what now? And he'd say, they're all coming to hear your announcements. I'm like, ugh. But you never know. I didn't want to, say that wouldn't be true for somebody. Who knows? Of course, he was kidding me. But the point is that it's the why that makes our life work. It's the why that allow us to make the next choice. It's the why that you feel like it's enough. And the why is what should motivate everything that goes on in your life. So Jesus had reminded us we must become like what to know the kingdom of heaven? Children. Okay, so I'm going to allow all the little children in you to come out as I show a little bit of a clip from Sesame Street about how to be in the why of your life.
Hello there. Here I have in front of me two paper bags containing cookies.
Cookies? Oh, Ernie. Tell more.
Well, okay. And in this paper bag here, I have one cookie.
One cookie?
And in the other paper bag, I have many cookies.
Many cookies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ernie.
What Cookie Monster?
What you going to do with the cookie?
Well, I thought I would give you one of these paper bags. Now, which one would you like? Would you like the one containing one cookie, or would you like the one containing many cookies?
Cowabunga! Many cookies, Ernie.
Many cookies.
Oh, boy,
I thought you would say that.
Oh, boy.
Here you can have the paper bag containing many cookies, and I will take the paper bag containing one cookie.
Oh, Ernie, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Wait, Ernie. The insy-tinsy little cookies.
That's true. Those are little cookies, and I have one big cookie.
You got big cookie?
Mm-hmm.
We got little cookies.
Mm-hmm.
We only got little cookies. You got big cookies.
Wait, Cookie Monster. Hold on. Wait a minute. What I will do is I will break my big cookie into little cookies, and we'll all have little cookies. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Cookie crumbles.
Yes, indeed.
All right, go Ernie. Okay. Let's breathe in to the energy of Ernie, right? Because Cookie Monster made his choice, right? I want all of it. I'm not quite sure I'm enough, so I want all the cookies. And then he gets his choice, and then he goes, I don't like it. I want that. We're constantly, I'm not enough, right? But since Ernie is in the relationship because he cares about the Cookie Monster, he doesn't have to say, oh, sorry, that's your bag, get over it, I don't care about you. He goes, well, how can I be in the symbiotic relationship here, in the oneness? I'll just tear my cookie up, and then we all have little cookies. And it forces that little kid in you to recognize how we're really here to see the oneness in our relationships. You know, we're able to see that even when we get jumbled up and overwhelmed, it is our opportunity to take the step back and find our sense of enough, but also to invite our relationships into that kind of a conversation. You know, how do I not react? You know, I don't know about you all, but when people fall apart around you, sometimes you want to react. You want to blame them. You want to tell them to be quiet. You want to tell them to get over it. Rather than when I know I'm enough, I may be able to come up with a solution. So I'm going to read a story to you all that from the book that was a really very, very powerful story of really allowing oneness to be the way, because this also goes into our idea of enough is a verb. Enough is a relationship with you and the world. When I was with the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, I worked with a team studying the dynamics and responses to busing and school desegregation in Louisville, Kentucky. We interviewed everyone who had anything to do with the experience. On the day I went to interview individual students, both African American and white, who were attending a previous all-white high school, the teacher who was coordinating my time sent me, to my surprise, not individuals one at a time, but a group of 12 white students. I had already prepared my questions, but instead I asked them about their experience in the past and what had changed with busing and desegregation. The answers were very clear. Everything before was fine, and now it was awful. The description of the African American students was horrific. Dumb, smelly, rude, uneducated, the N-word, as bad as you could possibly imagine. One sophomore girl was particularly caustic in her hateful, racist comments and seemed to enjoy using every moment of her time to set the record straight about these terrible lowlifes. The mood in the room had reached a near fever pitch when a knock on the door was followed by my next group to be interviewed, 12 African American students. The hush in the room was instant and palpable. The white students all got up and said, "No, you can stay. Please sit down," which they did. And then I proceeded to ask the newly arrived students the same questions I'd asked the white students. The stark reality of the answers. We had no books last year. Our school was filled with litter and everything was broken. Our teachers were not like the teachers here. The cafeteria was awful, corroborated the answers of the white students. Except that instead of racial stereotypes, here were the very tender human side of these new grateful students. I realized there was a sniffy nose to my left. I looked over and saw the sophomore girl, the same one who had been so filled with hate, crying, tears streaming down her cheeks. She stood up and said there was something she needed to say. Between her deep sobs, she told the African American students what she had been saying about them. Everything, word for word. Everyone in the room started to engage in the conversation with much of the support given to the sophomore girl coming from the African American students. Discussion turned rigorously honest, courageous, and real, and it forever changed the hearts of each one of us. It was enough to meet each other and tell the truth, to hear each other's stories, enough to learn how profoundly we are all so undeniably connected. When the teacher came to reclaim her students, they sent her away so they could continue talking until they felt they had reached a point where they were done for now. When they walked out to face the rest of their world, they walked out together. Yeah. And so, friends, enough is a verb. Enough is a way that we have to tell each other our stories. We have to tell each other our pain. We have to tell each other our confusion. And in that, we can heal. We can see each other as we really are. And perhaps that is the hardest place to be with enough. I know when I studied to be a marriage and family therapist, I studied multicultural counseling. And I was in a school where it was very diverse. And I'd grown up in Texas and not a very diverse neighborhood at all. And I remember sitting in this group, and we were reading an article called Unearned White Privilege. And it was fascinating to just sit there and shut up and listen to other people's stories and recognize how much I needed to learn and how much I needed to grow and how much I needed to evolve in my sense of not only being enough, but being willing to have enough space to listen to another person. Because enough is a verb. And everything that's happening in your life is the opportunity for you to know more of how you get to connect with other people on this planet. How you're not only not alone, but you will very much be alone in your opinion of what you think is right rather than what really is. Who you are is meeting what's happening in this world. And thank heavens for conversations like this that was quite a while ago. But we constantly have prejudices and stories. And it may not be skin color. It may be, people that live in certain neighborhoods, or stories of people that are this way or that way. That we are the ones that need to heal that. So enough is a verb. It's a relationship. He talks very interestingly about the story of just having an apple, and that an apple has no taste by itself, and that your taste buds don't know what an apple tastes like until you bite into it. And then you have the relationship of your taste bud and that apple. And that is that union of enough. So he calls life that it is vulnerable and it is erotic. Erotic. A word that really can allow us to go beyond what this day-to-day existence that we have. He says this is an erotic life. It's a dangerous life because it refuses to be predicted, planned, controlled, evaluated. It is radical in its stark opposition to the way the culture presumes we absolutely must live in this world. It is dangerous because we must finally abandon the comforting illusion that we can in any way control the outcome. It blows your mind to really realize you are not controlling the outcome of your life. You are the recipient of all the information that's coming to you, and your opportunity is, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? If we sing, "Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me," I better be willing to really be about peace. I better be willing to say, not only am I enough, I really want to have the space to hear your story. Because guess what? That's going to help me experience my birthright on this planet. And we're all in this together. And I'm so glad that we have so many different ways of seeing the world because we all learn from each other. And finally, if we're practicing, friends, the idea of being enough, we also really have to let go of the structure of what it's supposed to look like. Wayne talks about writing this book, and he said that he had planned on putting 15 chapters in. And he was all stressed because he was on chapter 9. And he called his friend Mark Nepo, who's a great poet and a guy that'll be here, in fact, next year. But he went on to say, with this beginner's mind, he was having a really hard time just being in the moment. And he said to Wayne, I'm just so stressed about this. And Wayne said, he says, I feel stuck. I had about 15 chapters left to write. And Wayne asked, how many chapters? And he said, 15. And Mark said, how do you know? He responded, when you envisioned this book, you had it outlined in your mind with a certain number of chapters covering specific topics, right? Of course, I said, this is what we do. And Mark says to him, and now you feel trapped in the structure that you built. Afraid you will not be able to complete it, right? And he said, yes, again. He said, what if you had no idea how many chapters you really need? Or any idea what more you have to write? I have been with you as you thought about and lived through this topic for years. If the structure of this book is stressing you out, get rid of it. Write whatever your heart wants to say, and whenever you feel finished, just stop. All right? Right. So friends, this is what our journey of enough is like. It's very difficult. It's very easy when we just stop in this moment. Can we breathe in this moment? Yeah, was that difficult? Was it difficult to say what color you loved? Was it difficult to laugh with Ernie and the Cookie Monster? It is difficult. It was very difficult for me to hear that story because it's outrageous to me that people can't see the oneness in one another. But guess what? I had to learn that myself. And so if we say we're on a spiritual path, I'd just like to remind you that it is an incredible mystery that is perfect for you. And so it is who you are is meeting what is in the world. And say hello to it. Embrace it. Let it be juicy and erotic and vulnerable because it's the only game in town. And I'll read from his last chapter of this, last paragraph of this chapter. He says, keep risking that your heart's desire is trustworthy. There is always another deeper step you can take toward more complete trust in yourself. It will be this way until every act of every day is simply sacred. It may not feel like enough. Sometimes it feels like nothing. But it is sufficient because it is real. And there ends the lesson. Yes. All right. Yeah. So let's breathe into, that was your next right thing, taking that breath. Very good. All right. So I wanted to introduce or lead us into our meditation with a little bit of instruction. Terry Wilder is going to sing for us a meditative song called I Allow, and she'll sing it by herself first. And then she's going to bless us with the vibration of this gong. And it is the vibration in you that will be raised through this gong. And then we'll all sing our way out of this experience with another rendition of I Allow. So get ready to get gonged. Okay. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now.
Please join me in singing. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now. One more time. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now.
We invite you to speak the names of those you would like held in prayer into this sacred space. In this moment, we hold our beloved community in our hearts and prayers. We hold our minister, our board, our staff, our volunteers in this powerful prayer energy, and we bless each one of them. May our peace and oneness bless our brothers and sisters all around the world. Thank you, God, for prayers already answered. Amen. We are your prayer chaplains for this service. My name is Sue Ellen. This is Jeff and Michael, and we are happy to pray with you after the service. We're here to support the community with prayer. So if you have a prayer concern or a joy to share, we are here to pray with you. Simply make your request known, and we will take your request into prayer. You don't have to do a thing. Just be there, show up, and ask. Know that we will honor your confidentiality. That's sacred. The prayers in the prayer box are prayed on here at Unity in Chicago and then sent to the Unity Village, and they are prayed on for an additional 30 days. Also, feel free to pray Send a prayer request through our website during the week, and you will receive a response if you include your email. Otherwise, we will still pray, and it'll be submitted to the prayer box. You can also email Jay Han with the name of someone you would like held in prayer to be included in our service. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Did you enjoy being gonged? You can take a breath into that gong. Yes, we did that Wednesday night and Thursday, and people were sort of, whoa. You could tell all the people that used to do drugs, they were all like, oh, a free high. And they keep showing up for it. But anyway, songs and gongs, and Terry, we thank you. And I really appreciate kind of experience. That was a major story I shared, so I just really let's just hold everybody in our hearts with that story. I'm still kind of feeling it myself. All right. Okay, so we're going to give from the abundance that we have, all right? So we want to celebrate that we're part of this community. We want to celebrate this beautiful mansion in which we serve, and we are served in the mansion in which we worship, the beautiful garden, because it all just takes energy, and energy comes in the form of money and love and all kinds of ways that we get to celebrate our abundance. So if you'll hold your tithe, your love offering, if you give in the prosperity class, please bless the basket as it comes along. You're welcome to give electronically if you would like to do that. And anyway, many ways to play big in your life. So let's take a deep breath in to that space of wellness, and let's say together our conscious giving blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And thank you for this day. Let's sing. Thank you, Gretchen.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful friends. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful friends. Thank you for my joy, Spirit, thank you for my joy. Thank you for my joy, Spirit, thank you for my joy. My awesome, my awesome, my awesome joy. My awesome, my awesome, my awesome joy. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Gretchen. Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you, Jay. So let's breathe in, and here comes Donna. I know, it's like ushers. You need roller skates. It's just a big deal. So thank you. That's the thing. Okay, so let's just breathe in to the holiness of living, to knowing that we are enough, and we give from the overflowing cup of enough. And now we've created space where we will receive all kinds of unexpected miracles and money and joy and love just because we had to create the space through gratitude and courage and generosity. So let's say together with that sense of I am enough, let's say our conscious giving blessing. We are grateful for these gifts of faith and love. We recognize them. It's good. We affirm God is in action right here and right now. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Brian. Bow tie announcement. Where am I?
It's those announcements you've been eagerly awaiting. Again, I feel the love, I do. Yeah. Today's beautiful flowers were donated by Tony and Denise Forte. If you don't know them, they attend the 9:30 service. Yes, they are celebrating 49 years. And their note. When the Irish girl and the Italian boy said "I do" 49 years ago, they had no idea what they were getting into. So the leap of faith began. She learned how to make delicious spaghetti gravy, something that Irish girls are not necessarily known to do. And he learned how to drink Guinness. He did, however, draw the line at learning Irish step dancing. 3 daughters arrived at 2.5-year intervals, and decades later, 3 fabulous grandkids. It's been quite a ride, and it ain't over yet. And they write to each other, "I love you, T, and I love you, D." Well, we love them too, so we're so grateful that they're part of our community, and they're so active here, and they do so many things, and it's just a joy that they're here to share their energy. So congratulations to Tony and Denise. I have asked to see more wedding pictures. So, and now a couple more announcements. This week's Wednesday Cafe is hosted by the Pet Ministry, so join us and break bread and enjoy community. If you haven't done the Wednesday services or the Wednesday evenings, it's a wonderful way to get to know people, particularly if you're newer. Great to sit down, break bread, have some conversations, and then experience the services. This Wednesday, Reverend Heidi will be interviewing Gabriela Rivero at the service, and Gabriela is one of our prayer chaplains. She's had a really amazing journey from South America to get here. She's one of our prayer chaplains, and you will enjoy her immensely. Just such an amazing heart and such energy. So please join us on Wednesday. Every third Sunday, we like to acknowledge special celebrations. Just complete a celebration form at the Wings so you can add you to the Sunday bulletin. And we're also calling all artisans to join our annual Arts and Crafts Fair, which is going to be Sunday, November 23rd. That's a little bit earlier than usual, so take note of that, both for getting signed up and for shopping. Pick up an application to participate over at the Wings again. A reminder that we have CDs and DVD sets of the hit Beatles series that we've gone through the last few weeks available at the Wings, and those are sets of 4. So you get the whole kit and caboodle there. So great music, great messages, and a great reminder. So I don't have to do that one because we did it earlier. Okay. Just a reminder, if you're submitting a board for application for the Board of Trustees, to take care of that and make sure you do that. And for those of you that are with us for the first time, we're delighted that you've chosen to join us today. We know that there are no accidents. You're here because you kept a divine appointment, and we're glad that you had your appointment book ready and open. So if you are with us for the first time, please raise your hand with me so our ushers can find you. And keep your hands up right over here. Have one, Donna, one right there.
This is a lady I met in St. Petersburg, Florida, that is now joining us here. So welcome. Yes.
So along with your flower, you can come downstairs to somebody over there. Come downstairs to the library, which is on the first floor. There's a big, large blue welcome sign. The welcome team is glad to answer any questions that you might have about Unity, about our building, about our history, and I know they can answer all those questions and are glad to do it. The best announcement of all, let's welcome back Terry Wilder. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Is there a dog out there? Yes, no? Yeah. Okay, Terry. We'll bring the dog later. Sorry about that.
What? Oh, my table. Yes, thank you, Heidi. I have a table of my original music, all of which you're hearing today, and a gong meditation CD, me and 2 other gong masters playing 6 gongs. I'm actually sold out, but I am taking orders and will mail them to you next week. So see me at my table. I also have my spiritual bling. That's jewelry. And I would love to greet you at my table. Thanks for that reminder. All right. Ready? When the walls come tumbling down, I choose joy. I choose joy. When the world stops spinning round. I choose joy. I choose joy. When my heart is hard to move, or when my music's lost the groove, but not with this band, when I have too much to prove. I choose joy. I choose joy. On your feet, let's boogie. Let's dance. The dance aisles are now open. I'm going to invite you to sing as well. You already know the words. I choose joy. Ready? Here we go. 2, 3. When hate is all I see, I choose joy. I choose joy. When fear won't let me be, I choose joy. I choose joy. When betrayal and lies hide the light from my eyes, I look up to the skies and I choose joy. I choose joy. Up the joy ladder. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy. I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy. Up the joy ladder. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Okay, Peter. Ground, peace and hope abound. I hear a sweeter sound. The chains have come unbound. Love is all around when I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy. I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, oh, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy, and everybody will be free when I choose joy. Sing it with me, everybody. I choose joy. Thank you.
All right. So Terry Wilder, 2:30, come eat chicken with us, and let's say our affirmation on our way out of here. All right, so together, when I know I'm enough, my right choice is clear. So go out and make some great choices, and let's sing.